former Super Bowl champion floats a rebuilding scenario for Cowboys. After boldly stating the Cowboys were all in on the 2024 season, Jones then promised the team would be major players in free agency. However, Dallas has been one of the least active teams this offseason. The 2024 roster looks a lot like the 2023 one, minus a few starters, and there's been little to no traction toward new contracts for star quarterback Dak Prescott and receiver Ceede Lamb. So, what gives? Well, two-time Super Bowl champion Chris Long has a theory, one that's predicated on Jones blowing things up next offseason and hiring one of the greatest head coaches in NFL history. I look at Jerry Jones and I wonder if he's like, hey, we're going to, expletive, hit the reset button for real this time. As crazy as it might sound, Long recently said on the Green Light with Chris Long podcast. Because I would pay Ceede, but maybe they're like, we'll go grab some picks for this guy and start the clock on a new regime, have Dak play out this lame duck season, go forward and next year hire Bill Belichick. Jones and Prescott have both spoken publicly several times this offseason about the 30-year-old QB's contract situation, but both sides have said nothing is close to getting done. And Jones may not want to pay $50 million plus to a quarterback in 2025, which makes Prescott hitting free agency all the more likely. Lamb is expected to miss training camp as he holds out for a new deal. Again, Jones may not want to pay $30 plus to a wide receiver, and he could opt to move Lamb to start building up a war chest of draft capital to hand Belichick, or any other prospective new coach. If Ceede Lamb's not practicing, if Ceede Lamb's not playing, they're walking Dak into a shredder, Long added. They might be talking about trading Micah Parsons, although I wouldn't. But there's a lot of stuff that could be on the table with Dallas that we just don't know about. Dak Prescott injury rumor claims Cowboys star, not 100%, had MRI. Dallas Cowboys star Dak Prescott is not 100%, according to unconfirmed rumors that suggest the quarterback had an MRI. The Dallas Cowboys are a few weeks away from the start of training camp in Oxnard, California. It's the slow period of the offseason as we wait for teams to get back onto the field, but with the Cowboys, there is never a shortage of drama. The latest twist of the Cowboys' offseason centers around star quarterback Dak Prescott. No, it has nothing to do with his contract. According to pro sports bettor Steve Fezzik, unconfirmed rumors about Prescott's health are circulating. Fezzik claimed on the Ross Tucker podcast there is buzz that Prescott is not 100%. He also claims that the signal caller underwent an MRI. If that is genuinely the buzz going around, it makes sense that pro bettors are hammering the under and dropping the line for Dallas win total. However, there has been very little buzz about such a rumor outside of this little podcast nugget, so take everything with a grain of salt. Athlon Sports reports a team insider said, "Don't waste your time on the non-story. For now, the rumor is just that. A podcast soundbite that will generate some discussion until players are actually on the field for training camp. That time can't come soon enough." The Dallas Cowboys will jet off to the West Coast on Tuesday, July 23, before the opening press conference the following day. The team's first training camp practice is Thursday, July 25. Dallas Cowboys star Ceede Lamb to hold out from training camp, 3 ideal trade scenarios. Things are not getting better between star wide receiver Ceede Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys. After an offseason of failed contract extension negotiations, training camp is set to get going here in a few weeks. Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News now reports that Lamb, 25, is expected to be a holdout from camp as the All-Pro seeks a lucrative long-term contract. Lamb is reportedly looking for at least $32 million annually. He's also said to be fed up with owner Jerry Jones and the Cowboys brass over extension talks. A first-round pick out of Oklahoma in the 2020 NFL Draft, Lamb has morphed into one of the better receivers in the game. Ceede Lamb stats: 2023 135 receptions, 1,749 yards, 12 TD. The three-time Pro Bowler is set to enter the final year of his rookie deal. He's slated to earn a mere $17.99 million. That's well below market value given what we've seen wide receivers get paid this offseason. Said market starts with Justin Jefferson landing a record-breaking 4-year, $140 million contract extension with the Minnesota Vikings. For Dallas, things are very complicated. Star quarterback Dak Prescott will hit free agency after the 2024 season if he's not extended. Meanwhile, edge pass rusher Micah Parsons is seeking $30+ million on a long-term deal. Could this potentially lead to Dallas trading Lamb for a plethora of draft assets and/or players? Stranger things have happened. Los Angeles Chargers, we know that Los Angeles's wide receiver situation is questionable. The team released Mike Williams and traded star Keenan Allen earlier in the offseason. Regardless of what new head coach Jim Harbaugh wants us to believe, there is a major need for franchise quarterback Justin Herbert. Right now, Quentin Johnston and Josh Palmer are slated to be the Chargers' starting wide receivers. New England Patriots, regardless of whether rookie Drake May starts under center, wide receiver is a major need for New England. The team can't have confidence that Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas and Jalen Polk are capable of being its top 3 wide receivers. Why not exhaust both draft capital and a young player to get May that long-term option? New England has not had a real number 1 since the days of Randy Moss eons ago. Denver Broncos, much like New England, the Broncos hope they have a long-term solution at quarterback in rookie Bo Nix. They also want to get him as many weapons as possible moving forward. This deal would be rather simple. The Broncos trade away another malcontent wide receiver in Courtland Sutton. They sweeten the pot with multiple early-round picks. This could be a win-win. CeeDee Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys were favorites to reach the Super Bowl last season until that surprising loss against the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. From that moment on, owner Jerry Jones changed course and halted any chance of a contract extension for Dak Prescott. In the next few weeks, other names like Lamb and Micah Parsons got the same news. No big money after what Jones considered a massive failure. Now, 2024 seems like a year in which all of them will have to earn on the field those new deals. That's why, in this scenario of turmoil, the Dallas Cowboys could lose their core group of stars due to the decisions by the team's front office. In a surprising development in the NFL, Ceede might be ready to leave. Will CeeDee Lamb sign a contract extension with Dallas Cowboys? CeeDee Lamb is entering the final year of his contract with the Dallas Cowboys after he was drafted in 2020. That's why, as top wide receiver in the NFL, he wants a big paycheck. Recent reports have pointed out that Lamb wants at least $32 million annually in his new agreement, considering Justin Jefferson just reset the market with a 4-year, $140 million deal with the Minnesota Vikings.